Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer is probably one of the most classic of the claymation Christmas series, but today I'm going to talk about two characters from that short film that are absolute jerks, and it's time someone called them out. Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer, it's just, there's something about that lovable snowman calmly telling us Christmas tales that just bring warmth and cheer to your heart. Except there's two characters from Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer that don't bring joy and cheer to anybody's hearts. They're just jerks. They're just mean jerks. That's right, I'm talking about Dahmer, Rudolph's dad, and the big man himself, Santa. I know what you're saying, these two characters have to be bad at the beginning so they can come full circle at the end and we could be like, oh look, they've grown. Nope, not buying it. They're just straight up rude, and they ought to be exposed. Exhibit A. Let's talk about Dahmer and the way he treats his family members, okay? Rudolph, at a certain point in the story, is missing. He's gone, he's run off, and his mom and his girlfriend are like, hey, let's go look for him. And Dahmer catches wind of it, and what does he say?
No, this is man's work.
Sure, honey, you stay here in this cave and just die from anxiety about your child being missing. That sounds great. He could have said, no, I'm worried about you, you should stay here. Instead, he just classified all rescue work as man's work, and you two probably couldn't do it anyway, and just leaves. That's a jerk move. I mean, we're not even going to talk about the fact that he literally made his son wear, like, mud over his nose his whole childhood just cause. And when his kid was like, this is uncomfortable, I don't like it, he's like, well, tough. I mean, wow. Dahmer, really? You're the one bringing Santa onto my roof? I don't think so. Exhibit B. Let's talk about Santa Claus and this scene in which all of his elves, who love him very much, obviously, have decided to show him the musical number they've been working on. And the musical number is essentially there to just glorify Santa. First off, the elves are working overtime trying to get presents to prepare. And Santa is doing what to prepare for Christmas Eve? We don't know. Eating a little bit? Trying to fatten up? It sounds like tough work. So when they finally grab a portion of Santa's time, what does he say?
Well, let's get this over with. I have to go down and look over the new deer.
I mean, if I'm that choir director, then, while they're doing the song, now I've sang in choirs before, okay? I know what it's like to look out and see some disinterested audience members. But, this is over the top, Santa. Really? You can't just have this is a 3-minute song. You can't just take 3 minutes to just look like, just to fake it? And so when they finish, though, he actually does make up for his kind of poor reactions earlier.
Well, it needs work. I have to go.
Oh no, I was wrong. He didn't do that. He was even more of a jerk. First off, I'm sorry, Mrs. Claus. I don't know what he was like when you married him, but he's in a bad spot right now. And I'm feeling really bad for this guy. He's been working with all these elves who look younger than him for some reason, and I think he's getting close to a breakdown because just can't please the boss. Exhibit C, and maybe most egregious, let's talk about Rudolph's birth scene. So Rudolph's mom has just given birth to Rudolph, and his dad is so proud for about 2 seconds. Then he notices this red nose, and immediately all joy of fatherhood just flies right out of their cave.
Well, we'll simply have to overlook it.
Now, how can you overlook that? His beak blinks like a blinking beacon.
You can't overlook that. No, you can't. I hate to say this, Dahmer, but, the gene pool is only so wide. It had to come from somewhere. You could have both been tested for this. I don't know. But then Santa walks in, and he's also excited and proud, again, for about 2 seconds.
Great bouncing iceberg.
Now, I'm sure it'll stop as soon as he grows up, Santa.
Well, let's hope so.
Rudolph is not yet 5 minutes old, and his dad is already trying to figure out ways to hide his son's deformity. And it's just like, whoa, dude, I don't know what type of insecurity complexes you have, but you're gonna have to get over it. Poor Rudolph's mom, she's just given birth, for goodness sake. It's their first child as far as we know. Forget pushing presents. We're light years away from pushing presents. No, instead, what does she get? Oh, this is great. Whoa, you made it all messed up. I just wouldn't blame her if she, well, I don't know. And Donner's pretty famous, and I know celebrity marriages are tough enough already, and so I just can't imagine what it would be like to have that ego and personality in the house to deal with all the time. I get it. This movie came out in the middle of the Cold War, and the red nose was kind of a symbol of the red tide of communism. What is this movie trying to say? I'm sure there are deeper meanings. I don't really want to dive into it because, as far as I'm concerned, every time I sing Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer song now, you know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and that idiot and Blitzen, that's about where I'm at right now. Anyway, if you get a chance to watch it, I think you'll pick up on a lot of this stuff. The contemporary viewing is, you pick up on some things you didn't as a kid. If you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next tangent I go on instead of writing my book. If it's your first time here, check out some of the other videos I've done. If you're bored, I'm not gonna beg. Happy holidays. Talk to you soon.